months, years. It was an obsession. He, in his mind, thought out what kind of a house he wanted to enter. He probably spent hours trying to find victims. He liked certain personalities, relationship configurations within the house.
So much going on. So much on my shoulders. So much on my mind. Hey y'all. Sorry, I was watching what they were talking about with Brian Kohlberger. But anyway, happy Thursday. True Crime Thursday it is. And y'all know we have been talking about the case of Ashley Elkins. Make sure that I put it up here. Hold on, let me change that so y'all know. So there's a lot of things going on right now that's like just are a crime or should be a crime. Right? So number one, the case that we're following now, the main case that we're following is Ashley Elkins. Okay, we do have an update on her case since last week. Also, Free Wendy. Hashtag Free Wendy. Have you been using it? I know you have. Shout out to you, Click. Shout out to my Click, Click, Click. Y'all are the best because everybody combined, y'all. Wendy has raised, well, I'll let her tell you later on in the show, but she's raised enough money to retain an attorney, a great attorney, for her niece to begin the process of helping her get out of that conservatorship and get free and get home to her family. So we'll touch bases on that. And it's a couple other things going on, but we'll see. We'll see how much time we have left. More importantly, well, not more importantly, but I will say, before I leave at the end of this, I'll definitely do the daily dump. And then I definitely want to hear from you in the comments. How was your day? Mine was long, but definitely blessed. Getting ready for my baby's birthday. She's about to turn 5. So her birthday party is this weekend. I'll get more into that during my daily dump. But right now, if you have not yet, make sure you sub to the channel. That's how you can support me. That's how you can help me support you by helping us to grow this community here. Okay. So subscribe, Radio-Muva, Radio MUVA, everywhere, on YouTube, and then of course on TikTok as well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and Rumble. We're growing, y'all. As a matter of fact, yesterday, vidIQ sent me a medal that we hit 200,000 views. And how old are we? Because I got to see when our anniversary is. But what? Yeah, I know. It's still on auto Zoom. I promise I'm gonna do it tonight. But October, November. So we're a little over 3 months. We have come a long way, y'all. And now we got to go even further. So we all got to put our foot on the gas, and we got work to do, man. It's a lot going on in this world, and as a clique and as a community, it's just easy to digest, to understand. When we do go through these things together, and you never know who can help who. Like that's why Wendy reached out when she did, because sometimes you just gotta say something. Okay. And I wish that Ashley Elkins would have said something, and maybe she did. Maybe she didn't think it was as serious, or maybe she thought that just being done with him was the answer. And when I say him, you guys, Ashley Elkins is the young lady from Detroit. She went missing shortly after New Year's. And that case really hit me because she's a single mom of 2 boys, and for the longest, that's actually exactly what I was. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second. Since it's True Crime Thursday, I gotta answer the phone for my son who is currently locked up. Yeah. Hey.
Individual at Gwinnett County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call,
You never know who can help who.
and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi, son. I'm live right now. Last night I had the worst headache. I don't even know where he was, but I had the worst headache last night. So I went to bed early, and that was just that. But I am live right now on stream. It's okay. You're on speaker. You want to say hi?
Tell everybody I said, hey.
You're on speaker and you're on the mic, and ironically it's True Crime Thursday, and so I was just about to dive into the case of Ashley Elkins, but let me tell you a little update for you. So I spoke with your attorney today. So, huh?
That's awesome.
He's coming to see you this week, so you guys will be able to talk more in detail. But he's got a couple of things on the table, right? And basically weighing, you guys can weigh the pros and cons and then make some decisions. But what he's really hoping is that the other 2 Codees take a plea, right? And because even if you did take a plea, it would be time served. And talked about, what's the thing that Gunna did?
Oh, Alfred?
Yeah. About the Alfred plea.
So he's actually agreed with that, like, think that was.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the options. That's definitely one of the options.
Gunna took that kind of before a lot of people, so he's saying you want us to wait on.
No, that he didn't say that. But he said that when he get there this week, well, I guess this week will be tomorrow, right?
Well, no, just to verify with him, because I know if you can't ask him to, like, honestly, Josh, I just need to know, like, I know you said this week, but like, if you don't.
I did that already. I did that already when I talked to your attorney today. I did that already. But I also know that it's the end of the week, and because things were shut down for 2 days, we had Martin Luther King Day, then we had snow days Tuesday and Wednesday, right? So, what I will do though is shoot him an email tonight. But I do know that even though we know, unfortunately, huh? You want to be home before Super Bowl? Your ass. Honey, all I'm saying is this. I just want to get you out of there, number 1. And then number 2, though, you've got to listen. You've got to listen. Listen to your options. Listen to your attorney. Listen to your options. Yeah. So, okay. So it would be the option. This would be the route if we took the Alfred plea, right? This would be the route if you took the original plea, right? This would be the route if the Codees take a plea first. This would, you know what I'm saying? So you have options, right? And he and I both agree that we do not think the best option is for you to go to trial. Not with because it's just too big of a gamble. The difference between a couple months and 25 years is a long time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, as far as the Alfred plea, though,
With the Alfred plea, you're not pleading guilty, but you do acknowledge that with the information and evidence that they have, if you were to go to trial, it's a possibility that you could be found guilty. So because I mean that's the same thing Gunner did. It's the same thing.
I wonder if they put him on probation or they did.
Well, he got out. He's definitely on probation, probably. I don't know. Every Alfred plea is different. Hey, every Alfred plea is different. Even Brookie dad took an Alfred plea. Remember? Every Alfred plea is different. So Alfred plea is just saying that you acknowledge you're not guilty, but you acknowledge that with that information you could be found guilty if you took it to trial. That's all it's saying. But it's different, huh? Well, he was saying something that they were floating around like 10 do 3 or something like that. Right, but that's before you won't listen to him. And you won't listen to me. So we at this point in the game, because you're so close to trial, if you go to trial now with all the contention on this case, I and him do not feel strongly that you will win, even though you didn't do it. And that's just the facts. Yeah, but you can't worry about none of that. Right now, you got to stop worrying about everybody else and everything else and everybody else's motives and focus on yourself. Because it's yourself that got you into this. It's going to have to be yourself to get you out of this. You got to listen. Okay? Of course.
I mean, did he say basically is that something that's like
Jawan. No, he cannot do none of that until you give him y'all have to talk about the options in person. And you have to you have to agree. He cannot just do it.
Right. Okay, that'll be a blessing. I love you so much, and
I love you too, son.
Oh man.
Keep your head up. They still got you in holding?
See the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, we just came out, Mom, since yesterday.
Oh, they let y'all do free calls now?
No, somebody put money in my books. I don't even know who did. But
oh, okay. Probably your brother then. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll put some money on your books. But listen, focus, man. Focus, man. You got to learn a lesson this time, baby. So it won't keep repeating itself, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Tell everybody Rabin/mental health gonna be home real soon. Hey, much love, everybody. A whole lot of new music on the way, new visuals.
Mental health. Yes, mental health is. Are you using that as your moniker? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that because see, that's why I can't manage you because you won't listen either, boy. That's what I'm saying. But also mental health. No, I don't. But maybe later. Okay. I love you. We'll talk about that more first. So But I love you so much. I'll take it up. All right. Oh my God. All right, man. Lay low. Hold your head. Love you. All right. Well, you don't get no realer than that. That's my middle child, my headache. The one that is so much, he's like me on steroids. So you know how you want to be mad at them, but you can't even be mad at them because they kind of like you, but then they like won't listen to you, and then you just. I'll save it for the daily dump. But yeah, Sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me plug up my computer. Oh Lord. Okay. But anyway, so yeah. So that's he was my youngest son. I had 2 sons, like Ashley Elkins. And he was my youngest forever until I had Brooklyn, who is about to turn 5, guys. God, 5 years passed. Man, that flew by. Anyway, so back to what I was saying before he called. It is True Crime Thursday. And man, we are right on brand, aren't we? We are right on brand, baby. Ashley Elkins, y'all. So, like I said, she went missing. She's from Detroit. And originally what got me into this case, if you just got here, was the fact that, when I saw that she was a single mom of 2, she did hair, she was living her dream, she had her own place, she was doing her own thing, and she was dating this guy, who we'll get into later. We don't want to give him too much shine. But I feel like they had only been dating, y'all, for like a year. So it wasn't like, no, she got 2 kids. He was not one of the kids' father. He wasn't. Right? So, you would think after just such a short period of time, right, that things wouldn't be so cray-cray, right? But unfortunately, I'm sure he probably fooled her. And that's exactly what happened. And she went missing, y'all. She went missing, and unfortunately, she's actually still missing. As you'll see as we get into these videos with these updates. And Ashley Elkins, just to see her family, like, it just really touched my heart. Because there is nothing anyone can do. And I don't understand, but I guess it's not for me to understand. Like, for you to be okay with taking someone's life, like that type of arrogance, this woman has children. Even though they're not your children, they're children. It's like gone are the days when like women and children were off limits. What happened to that? Like, even like children, it's like, even when I hear on the news when they be like, yo, this domestic event, this father killed his wife and his little kids, and I'm like, why? How arrogant are you that even in death you want to protect your reputation by silencing them? So anyway, y'all, her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, he actually, y'all, lied to the police. Okay, but that was the last place her car was seen, her phone pinged, etc. So they had a search warrant, and y'all, they found enough evidence at Buddy's house, okay, that would lead them to believe that she was deceased. You know what type of evidence you gotta find to think that somebody's deceased? Now, I watch enough Discovery ID, Homegirl Homicide, that's me, that when you uncover a lot of blood that where if a crime scene tech says, this is so much blood that if whoever sustained this injury is not alive. Okay. That or some sort of significant piece of her that she would not leave behind. A combination of things. But needless to say, he got arrested, but he didn't get arrested for anything to do with her murder. Technically, he got arrested for lying to an officer of the peace. So he lied to a police officer, acting like he don't know where she at, etc. Right? So thankfully, because he was already, I think, a convicted felon or on probation or something, they was able to go ahead and get him and hold him while they tried to find her body. So whatever evidence they found, y'all, led them straight to his dumpster. Okay. But it wasn't right away. Okay. You know, they got to test the evidence. They got to see if it's her blood. They got to make sure that it's right. So by the time they got to the dumpster, apparently the dumpster had already been gone to the landfill, guys. And so for over a week, the cops and volunteers were searching the landfill, and you know, they kept saying that they were finding evidence that pointed to her, that they had to test it for sure. And we were so hopeful because they kept saying it every day, like, we're closer, we're closer, we're closer. And it just made me so angry because this fool, yeah, I said fool, is sitting in jail. Instead of at least trying to tell them people what he did to her to get him some kind of peace. Do you know this fool still lying and had the nerve today, since they couldn't find her body, and announced today that they couldn't find her body at the landfill and they had to call off the search? Do you know this fool had his lawyer go to the judge and ask for a bond reduction? Let me tell you something. I looked at that judge's face, and I'm not saying I know how a judge would look if he wanted to say the N-word, but this judge looked like he wanted to say, N-word, please. You got to be kidding me. So you just think we dumb? You just going to play in our face, right? And because we didn't find her body at the landfill, and you still not going to tell us nothing, and you still lied, and we found evidence that she is deceased at your house, you really think we're going to lower your bond so you can get out? When in his search history, y'all, he was searching like how to disappear without a trace, how to get away with murder, how to get rid of a body. The same things we see all the time, yet people keep doing it over and over and over again. So let's get into this update, y'all, and then we'll touch base at the end of this video. Man, it's so sad, you know, because you want to hold out hope, but you also want to give the family peace. You know what I mean? So let me show you what the best one that I got, where I think it was this one. Let's start here, y'all.
It's been 20 days since Ashley Elkins.
Sorry about that.
Since then, her ex-boyfriend was arrested, and police spent days searching a landfill in Macomb County, but there's still no sign of the Warren mother. Today, a new twist in the case as the ex-boyfriend appeared in court. Victor Williams has the update.
The nerve.
Well, it's something that these posters of Ashley Elkins are still posted all across Metro Detroit, with her body not even being found after her family members presumed that she was killed by her boyfriend, DeAndre Booker. But because of that reason, DeAndre Booker's attorney is now asking the courts to lower his bond. It was a request that was ultimately denied. Here's what happened inside the courtroom. DeAndre Booker faced a judge today in his probable cause hearing, staying quiet while his attorney Robbie Lang asked the court to reduce the $250,000 cash surety bond and the disappearance of Booker's girlfriend, Ashley Elkins.
There's nothing in this court rule that allows for the court to take into consideration, some mythical charge that might be forthcoming in the future.
At this point, Booker is only being charged with lying to the police and not murder, partly because after days and days of searching a Pine Trees Acres landfill, Ashley's body has never been found. The prosecution, however, did not agree with the request.
I believe the family of Miss Elkins, the missing woman, would think that somebody lying to the police about that woman's potential whereabouts is more than a serious charge. So for Mr. Lang to minimize that in court here is insulting to both that family and to the prosecution as well.
Ultimately, the judge ended up denying the reduction due to the fact that Booker allegedly made several incriminating Google searches about how to flee the area without a trace.
At this point, I'm going to deny the request for a bond reduction because I do find that he is a flight risk.
Family members can't help but react to the decision, still hoping for murder charges.
Was it worth it? Because now you don't have her and we don't either.
And DeAndre Booker is due back in court on February the 5th. And of course, we're going to keep you updated on this developing situation. Victor Williams, Local 4.
It's been.
Y'all. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Let's see if we can find Ashley Elkins. Like the nerve of him, right? Because just because they ain't found her body in the landfill yet, right? And you think that because of that, you should be able to get a lower bond so you could get out when you still won't tell them where she at? How about you tell them where she at to get a lower bond? How selfish they be. You know, when your grandma was trying to tell you about hell, baby, now you get it with people like this dude here. You already know where he going. Y'all, I wanted to see if we could just find some more information about her, but let's see. It's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. And you know, this is like one of the good things about social media is that we're able to really, really press the gas on getting the word out when people are missing. And I know that they had a lot of volunteers go to the landfill that, you know, saw it on social media, etc. And that's the good side of social media that I think if we focused on more, we realize the blessing it is. I was just trying to see if we could maybe find her. Let's see. Oh Lord, y'all hear my stomach growling? Is this her? No, I think this is. No. Let's see. Is this her? No, that's definitely not her. This not her, is it, y'all? No, because this person posted 10 hours ago. And she does hair. Cosmetology with a passion. This is her, y'all. This is her, y'all. This is her. Oh, Ashley. I'm so sorry. Look, she was just working. Just working, y'all. I'm now the top stylist in Warren on Booksy. You will be able to find my business on ads and all search engines. Look at God. And you know what? They don't never want to see you doing good because he probably wouldn't have had a problem with her if she would have been failing. And that's what's sad. Look at her. Look at her work. She was really, really good. 30 years old. Y'all, listen. I'm not saying that I am in any way a psychologist or a therapist. I definitely am a cum laude graduate of the School of Hard Knocks. But I'm also a grad student at Narcissistic University. And like I have said before, when we have talked about topics about narcissism and the effects thereof, you in these domestic situations, you really, really start to see them rear their head because the pattern is so textbook. It's so textbook. He'd rather protect his image than tell where she is, and he has no remorse. That is what's so scary to me. Ashley, I pray that you are not found in the landfill, that you are found alive. However, I know that they have declared you deceased. And I hope that God has his everlasting arms around you. Well done. And I pray that your family gets the peace and closure they deserve. Y'all, please keep the Elkins family lifted in prayer. Let's definitely send them love. And she also had a GoFundMe. I'm gonna share her GoFundMe, y'all, so that we can support, because let me tell you something, man, life be life, and you really just don't know when it could be you or somebody close to you. She literally just walked out her door and was going somewhere. And that's the last time my mama talked to her. That's the last time she was seen. Period. To know that love can go from love to hate so quick, it is frightening to me. Frightening. Okay, let's find her GoFundMe. Right? Oh my goodness. I don't know why. I know. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I feel like her story, because she had 2 little boys. Let me see. I want to find a picture of them real quick. Ashley Elkins. I meant to say sons. Look, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Cute little boys. Cute little boys. How dare he? Man, listen, I keep trying to tell y'all. Number one, we gotta deal with mental health, especially the rising pandemic of narcissism, as well as we gotta start giving people what they give. You know what I'm saying? Straight up like that. Maybe if that was the actual punishment, people would think twice before they did it. What y'all think? Oh, you want to take somebody and kill them and put them in a dumpster and have their family worried about them? Okay, well, guess what? You're going to serve this many years. And then if you're sentenced to death, we're going to do to you what you did to her. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like we get better results. What y'all think? Because I knew if I do something to somebody that's what they were going to do to me, something wrong to somebody, I wouldn't do it. Or I would at least try to rectify it. And he is not doing that. Trying to get out so what, you could disappear? Like Ashley's disappeared? Again, I just wanted y'all to see her little boys. Look at her little boys. See them little boys? They're so cute. God bless them. My God. Her poor mama. And now she gotta be strong. She gotta be strong for the boys. But how? How, y'all? How? All right, let's get the link for her GoFundMe. Let's see here. And let's make sure that it's still up and active. Click. Oh Lord, wait a minute. That ain't actually it. Hold on. Child, let's just Google it, because let's just get to the point, honey. Ashley Elkins GoFundMe. Oh man. And you know what's crazy? Like, y'all, this is her GoFundMe. Oh, that's the actual. Wait a minute. Let me make sure, because that don't sound right. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. All right. So this is, y'all. Here's the link. Here is the link to Ashley Elkins GoFundMe. Okay. So they can't have a funeral yet. Obviously, they're still searching for her body. I'm sure at some point they'll probably have some sort of memorial service. But more importantly, this is because her family is going to have to rally around those two boys, y'all. And they're going to need all the help that they can get. So whatever you can give, forget about him. Let's focus on her and those babies and her family. And y'all, look at her grandma. Her grandma's so cute. Look, y'all. This is her uncle. He's a former DA. Thank God he was there for them. That's her mom with the glasses. Oh, baby. Period. I'm with her. I didn't like that either. That's her grandma. Grandma right there for her grandbaby. Like I said, that's her uncle. Oh. Oh my God. Y'all, it breaks my heart. Who do he think he is? People don't understand how many people it hurts when you do something like that. Man, that's Ashley Elkins. That's her that's her GoFundMe, y'all. Definitely gotta donate to that. And I was gonna touch on Brian Kohlberger too, since we're on True Crime Thursday. But that would probably just be too much psychopath for me for one day. So we'll circle back to him because Ashley Elkins' case is more important. Every time I hear a case where somebody is like, they searched the dumpster and then they moved the search to the landfill. Excuse me, y'all. Man, listen. As many times as I have heard it in the last couple of years alone, why can't we put some sort of measure in place? And I know y'all gonna say it's trash, but they're supposed to do check every. No, but in the sorting thing, okay, can it be something that detects like flesh or bone? Like if we got AI and we got cars that driving themselves and stuff, you mean to tell me we still can't have something at the landfill that can detect human flesh or a body before it gets disintegrated or dumped in a pile where nobody can find it? Or some different type of processes where it's dumped in one area first, sort through first with like a AI camera. There's like an X-ray camera that can go through it, and the same way they do us at the airport. Man, they check everything they can see your lungs inside your body at the airport. They can see everything when you go through the checkpoint. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we get something like that? First round of trash, when you dump it at the landfill, it's dumped into something that scans it like that. Y'all, we gotta start dealing with the stuff that we see happening instead of wondering why it keep happening. And I'm talking to myself as well. We're gonna keep our eye on this case for Ashley Elkins, but if you subscribe to my channel, Radio-Muva Live, you know I have been quite candid about me being a victim of narcissistic relationship abuse and coming out of this relationship, and I'm still in the throes of it, in the sense of let's see, the last time he was here I had to call the cops because narcissists like financial control. Well, they like control, period. I don't care what type of narcissist it is. They like control, period. But definitely financial control. And when you are okay and you don't appear to need them and they can't make you feel bad about themselves, I'm sorry, and they can't make you feel bad about yourself, it literally makes them hate you more. It's scary because narcissists make up their own version of events in their mind of what's really happening. And then there's reality. And that leads me to today's daily dump. My daughter is about to turn 5. And for the first time, well, technically, 1, 2, the third time her father will not physically be at her birthday party because the last 2 times he was away at college, prison, for a nonviolent crime. Nevertheless, that already was taking away 2.5 years of her relationship with her father in person, even though I did the best that I could to take her to see him, send pictures, call, even when he tried to argue. I did everything I could to keep the peace, thinking that I was doing what's best for my daughter. And I had, first of all, when you're coming out of a narcissistic abusive relationship, don't think you coming out of it making clear-cut decisions, okay? Because you're coming out of a fog. You ever heard people talk about brain fog? Y'all ever heard of brain fog? Look it up. Brain fog, y'all, is when it's like, let me see, another good example is like when the dust clears. You ever heard people say that when the dust clears? You're waiting for the dust to clear. And the dust was from the time the narcissist started the discard phase until now, the dust started clearing. And when I say now, I mean until the end of your relationship. And let's be clear, to all my ladies out there and all my fellas too, because it's some narcissistic women. When you are leaving the narcissist for good is when it is the hardest, the most volatile, the most confusing, the most stressful. And, it is okay to start over. For a long time, I battled with feeling like he was making me make decisions based off of fear, because they're going to try to do that because they even try to control your exit, and they need you to be doing worse than them, and they want you to be doing bad because unfortunately they literally thrive off of that type of energy. Arguing, downing you, trying to put you in a financial position or any type of position that will have you stuck and needing them so that they can say no and watch you do bad. so that they can feel better about themselves. It's really sick. And that's why, like I said, I'm a grad student at Narcissistic University. So look out for YouTube. As I'm daily dumping today, I realized that when I woke up this morning, I said, because one of the last things that we argued about was me having my daughter's birthday party where I'm having it at. And because I paid half of the deposit and I sent him the other half. And listen, okay, you damn right. Okay. When he was pretending to be who I thought he was, he took care of his responsibility as a father financially. And, as that part goes, and, roof over her head, etc. But then, when he decided to check out, And for the life of me, y'all, I just cannot understand. I cannot imagine staying a couple days away from my daughter. So the type of narcissist you have to be okay with hurting your child, with not seeing your child, with seeing your child hurt, knowing that you're hurting your child, and repeating the process because you've done this to your other kids. So I just want to say to anybody that's feel like they're being forced into a position to start over, don't feel like that, because God has a way of pushing us into places where we won't go on our own. And even when you don't understand it, y'all, you got to know when you got to go. Everybody has their breaking points. And for me, there were so many times I thought I had my breaking point, but I still felt like I will not let you control the way this ends. We got to split property, all of that stuff that's in both of our names, and it's tough. But God. And when he was here the last time, almost 2 weeks ago, and my daughter was here, and he threatened me in front of my daughter. Not the first time he threatened me, but definitely the first time he threatened me in front of my daughter. She was scared. She was crying. And he still tried to find a way to gaslight me and say, she's not scared. You're making her scared of me. When he was in here, per usual, like a tornado and a hurricane mixed together with a volcano exploding. And that's, how your grandma or somebody that used to go to church when you was little and say, the devil come to kill and destroy. The devil operates in chaos and confusion, not clarity. Baby. So when my daughter was in my arms and he jumped at me and threatened to punch me in my face and called me a bee and all of that while my daughter is crying and in my arms. She's 4 years old. That was it for me. That was my final breaking point. Because sometimes you got to ask yourself, what more do you need to happen? I am well aware that there are so many people who are going through narcissistic abusive relationships right now, and they don't even know it yet. And they think it's them. And when you get to that point, I pray you do like I did and seek therapy, because it was because of a therapist that I was able to begin to learn about what was going on, the truth about what was going on, and start trying to find my way back to myself. It's not easy. And like I said, in the end, when they're losing complete control, it's literally the worst part. I want to show y'all something. So in case you're like, mother, what exactly is a narcissist? You be talking about narcissists, but we still don't really understand. Let me show y'all something, okay? Let me show y'all something. Actually, let's see here. Let's see here, y'all. Let me see. I want to make sure that I can look it up and go straight to it. Oh God. Oh my goodness. Project 2025. Yeah, I don't even have the energy today. I can't with Trump. All I can say is when you say your prayers tonight, 5 times a day, whenever you say your prayers, or say some extra prayers too, y'all just pray on that situation and let God handle that and do the best you can, boy. Cause baby. Anyway, y'all, there is that's what it was. Hold on, let me see. I just want to make sure that I could find the video. Yeah, I found this video, y'all. And this video is called "I'm a Narcissistic Baby Daddy." Yeah. No pun intended. Real talk. That's the name of the video, right? So I want to show y'all the video. And maybe that'll give you more clarity on what I mean. So if you ever, because a lot of times when women are coming out of narcissistic abusive relationships, people don't believe her. You got to remember her family and friends, usually they love her man. They like him. They think he's great. And he does a good job at putting on in public and then talking to you and treating you like shit in private. Right? And so this is the best way, y'all. I swear to God, it's so textbook. I can't even make this up. Listen to everything he said, okay? Preach. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, y'all, y'all. So the next time you hear me talking about it, think you got a better idea now what I mean? Narcissistic baby daddy actually could be on the narcissism spectrum. I think it should be. What do you think? All jokes aside, y'all. They can try to ruin your life, but God don't play about me and God don't play about you. And just know, protecting your children, because this is, and I'm going to end my daily dump after this. The hardest decision for me to make was the one that I thought I was making for her. Because remember, I stayed so long and kept dealing with him, even when he was away at college, because I thought I was doing the right thing for my daughter's relationship with her father. When knowing that he had shown me the real him, that I should have been to a point where I realized that that wasn't healthy for her. But I still tried. But you see, that last straw was the last straw. Okay? Because I realize now that protecting my daughter from him is the best gift that he could ever give her. And it's the best gift that I'm going to give her. I'm not trying to keep her from her father. He's doing a good job at that by himself. But I thank God for that. Because you know why? I was raised by a narcissistic father. I love my daddy. But oh, now in hindsight, vision is 2020. And if I am going to stop the generational curse of narcissistic abuse or being raised by narcissistic parents, and dealing with the after effects of it, then I thank God for this enlightening. And I thank God for protecting my daughter and I. And I just hope that my message helps somebody else that's going through it, or that may go through it in the future. Y'all, we gotta find a cure for narcissism, all types. It's just as important as Alzheimer's, because if not, the family unit, relationships, everything like that as we know it is doomed. You don't have to tear anybody down to build them up. You don't get to get all of somebody just because you give them a little bit of you. You don't get to talk crazy to somebody and then get mad when they pull a you on you. You don't get to try to call all the person's family and tell your family all these things about this person. And you tell them so good because you're really talking about yourself, but you try to make them hate the other person because you feed off that energy. Narcissists are vampires for the soul. You heard of chicken soup for the soul? Well, narcissists are vampires for the soul. And I don't know about you, but it's time for the sunshine, baby. If you know, you know. Yeah, I know vampires can't stand the sun. Anyway, y'all, that's going to do it for me. That's my daily dump. Moral of the story, you get it. Sometimes your last straw is your last straw, whatever that may be. And no matter how old you are, how stable you thought you were in your life, etc., sometimes God pushes you for bigger purposes and for bigger and better things. And sometimes, in order to get to the clarity, you got to shut off the chaos by any means necessary. All right. I love y'all. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Radio-Muva, Radio-Muva on YouTube. Share this content, remix it, take parts out of it, etc. Because that's the only way we're going to grow this channel, y'all. And we're on every platform. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. I'm not Reddit yet. But we're also on Discord. I really got to get our Discord connected, right? Right. We're on Rumble and Twitch. So that's how you can support me. That's how you help grow the click. By subbing to the channel, that's absolutely free. And if you want to support the show and be a part of the show by namesake, you can also donate to Cash App, $ Radio-Muva. All right, I love y'all. Subscribe to the channel. If it's something you want to talk about, another topic, I know it's a lot going on in the news, but right now, let's just pray for Ashley Elkins, okay? It's True Crime Thursdays. It's Radio-Muva Live.